Now we have Barbara Newsome. What can I say about Barbara Newsome? Storyteller, writer, poet. She's performed at world-famous Apollo Theater, NYU, Barnes & Noble, all over the place. Miss Newsome's performances are moving and heart-rending. She captures her audience with dynamic, dramatic, and compelling acting ability. And this is her second appearance with us, and I'm so honored that she's joining us once again. Let's hear a warm applause for Barbara Newsome.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernie and Diane, for inviting me. And for all of you who came out on this chilly night, I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to see all of you. I'm going to start out by reading a poem that's new. And what I do, or try to do in this poem, is to try to reveal how we can be truer to ourselves. And I title it Life. Will you love me, these pieces? Give what isn't as if you can. Warm the waters of the ocean with the heat of your body, your passion for life, for love. Swim, swim with me. When night is brighter than day, and the heavens pour its showers, and nothing is left to cover our souls but our dripping, wet bodies, fill your doubts with hope. Will you love the quiet moments when words are lost and you desperately long to hear what will not come? Please, please be patient. Wait. See, in this moment, a breath of life is born. Keep me, will you, until once again our spirits can soar with our wings. Our legs can move without stumbling through blindly, searching to find the comfort and safety of each other's arms. Here, right here, at the altar of honesty, I take off the mask, am naked, am vulnerable, sing my body its praises, never again to fill my mouth with half-truths and lies for fear that I am too little to be as much. Shall we tumble? Get closer in these wonderful feelings. Reach to the bottom of ourselves and emerge with unrealized hopes that we've never known. Let go of what you cannot hold. Deep, let's deepen this eternal kiss. Left we are with the stars and moon and sun, and we to untangle our mangled lives until what is left is the most we could ever hope for, the freedom to love. Thank you. This next piece is a piece I'm working on, and I discovered that I find that I generally like to write about black women, and I think that that's because most of the women that I grew up with were black women and the men were mostly out working, so they told their stories and they did their thing and they pranced around the house and they talked about each other and they raised the children. So a lot of that is reflected in my writing. And as I said, this is a piece that I'm working on. The title of it, the character's name is Ginger Bess, and she's going to be best at telling you about herself. Ginger Bess was resilient in spite of the way life had handled her. She came into the world empty-handed with a heart full of sun. Found peace at daybreak between night and a gray-white rising dawn, where she sat mending shirts, and now and again she'd stop to read a Bible verse. Psalms 27:13. I remain confident in this: I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Matthew 16:26. For what good is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Amen. Ginger was not going to lose her soul, had kept it bound to the words of the gospel, raised her boys with the force and power of the word, kept her eyes on their hearts, and the tenderness inside them made sure their handlers never broke their fragile lives in ways that could never be put back together. Don't kill my babies, please. Please, oh Lord, shelter them while they're out in the streets, oh Father God. Do not let them be judged by the color of their skin, oh Father. Bring them through the doors tonight, oh Father God, safe and sound. You know how loving their hearts are and how gentle. Now men whose accomplishments and grace were the sparkle of her eye, her brown skin high-stepping beauties at the top of the heap, in their gorgeous suits, broad shoulders, and clean, mean haircuts, their cool, jazzy gait. She'd seen the women look at them. Can't help you girls. Ginger walked to the back door and opened it and stepped out on the porch into a day full of light, facing the green leaves dangling from her sycamore tree. Its beauty forced a sigh of relief that slowly crept out of her mouth and calmed that ever-present anxiety that plagues the life of a black woman. She walked over to her rocking chair and looked at it and thought how it soothed her, how she had rocked her cares away in it. She gently rubbed the arms of the chair and smiled at it before sitting down. She shook her head, overcome by her thoughts of struggle. So many things had gone wrong, and then again, so many had gone right, when suddenly she was distracted by the sound of crumbling twigs. She turned her head to see where the sound was coming from. Oh dear, it was her neighbor, Mr. Henry. Morning, Miss Ginger. How are you today? Pretty good, pretty good. It's a nice day. Sure is. Well, I came by to tell you I went fishing yesterday and I fried up some fish this morning and thought I'd bring you a few. You care to have them? Sure. Ginger got up and opened the screen door. Come on in, Mr. Henry. You can put them down right over there. She stood, he stood, and in a moment of awkwardness, neither one of them seemed to know what to do. So Ginger said, "Come on in, Mr. Henry, and have a seat." Before long, the evening sun was about to pass over the moon, and the sky was a flaming red. "Oh my goodness," Ginger announced, and thanked him and wished him a good evening. She went inside carrying the platter of fish and pulled the aluminum foil from the top of it. Ooh my, there lay some of the prettiest golden brown fried fish she had ever seen. She made a pan of cornbread and some cabbage. She felt softer this evening than the rock-solid way she had went through life. She was becoming more aware of people outside her inner world who had worlds of their own, like Mr. Henry. Soon they were spending more and more time talking. One afternoon the telephone rang and it was Ginger's youngest son, Trevor. "Ma, I'm coming over. Fix me something to eat." "Not today, baby. Not today." He was shocked, so shocked that he hung up the telephone and he called his oldest brother, Joseph, and told him. So Joseph decided that he would call and get her to do something for him. "Not today, baby. Not today. Call me in a few days." Yes, something was growing in Ginger, and it wasn't the leaves on her sycamore tree. And the last poem I'm going to read, and I've read this one before, but I want to read it again. This is Black History Month. And I always like to try, if I can, to show how there is a connection, even if it's at the subconscious or unconscious level, between black and white people, beyond anything that we could even recognize, how it materializes through our jobs and our interactions with each other, and it's based in the heart. This is about a little girl and her nana and her family and the love that grows between them. The title of the poem is Emily Blue Eyes. Emily Blue Eyes, come here. Let Nana gather your hair on your head, for the wind is wild and has blown it in so many directions. It lies frazzled at the tip of your neck, where even finer hairs have blown with each whisper of wind. I do say, Emily, that looks so much better with the pink ribbon so eloquently matching your cheeks and pastel blue eyes. Yes, get your dolls, darling. You can play Wish Mommy and Daddy were here. Get them. But Emily, remember, after today, Nana will not be back again, but I'm going to make your favorite cake, the one I always made, especially for you. Emily played and made one doll ripped and torn, and the tears began to fall from her eyes, and feeling angry that she had done what she had done to the doll, and she hit the doll and she dropped it and she picked it up and she didn't know what to do with her little body and her huge emotions, till she heard a voice call out, "Emily, Emily, come here, darling. Here's this cake. And Nana has to go now. But remember, Emily, I will always love you. I will always love you. Your beautiful blonde hair and your beautiful eyes. Nana loves you." Emily cried. Emily's mother cried. Her nana cried. But none of them knew what to do with the space between them. And as is with the will of time, Emily climbed through life. And at first, looking through her window, and with the ball of her tiny hand, she rolled away winter fog and stared through glares and sparks of sunlight, hoping her nana would come. though she never did. Distance, time, age, fading images and memories cushioning in pillows and mine still wishing. Till a day a knock came upon old Nana's door. Who is it? Did you say somebody's out there? Who's out there? Let me see. Oh, that door. What you say? Who? Emily? You came home. Lord, I look at this place, baby. I didn't know you was coming here. And these things, you brought me. I'm sorry, baby. I'm such a mess. You see, the world hadn't been good to Nana. She had less than she had when she was born, but Emily, she stayed in Emily's heart, and Emily stayed in her heart, and there Emily had come back for her Nana. Nana, I love you. I've always loved you. I've never stopped loving you. Nana took her in her arms, and they both stood there hugging and loving each other, and racism and discrimination will never end love. Thank you.